Well, you can have some question marks in your mind if you are working for a parliamentarian or you're a member of the parliamentary staff. We need to remind people that it is a workplace and that the common standards that apply in other workplaces up and down the country should apply in Parliament. What we've asked for to ensure that people have confidence to go to work there is that the parliamentary authorities should be able to require a parliamentarian to stay away and not just rely upon their preparedness to do so. Not least because we've had an example in the past where the same request was made and the promise to stay away was broken.
But, I mean, you could say that in this particular case, the case of the MP last week, party whips, those are the MPs in charge of party discipline for the Conservative Party, they asked that person, do not come into Parliament while you are under investigation. Is that not enough?
Well, you've got to remember they've got constituency responsibilities and constituents and others need to be capable of making an informed decision about who they are dealing with. And we have made the point that in workplaces up and down the country, the people who listen to this item will know that their policies deal with these difficult issues by having something like a precautionary suspension, which doesn't judge the merits of the issue. What we're asking for is to sit down with Speaker Hoyle, who's made some important points on this, to have a conversation about how you would design procedures to make sure that people feel confident about the workplace that Parliament is, that constituents can know that they can approach their constituents' MP, and also the fact that in reality there was a media hullabaloo last week about identity. And these things will get out in the days of social media. So it's better to do this in a structured and well-designed way than leaving it to something which can just become a media maelstrom.
Have you heard back from the Speaker? Your union has written to him requesting this meeting to try and get change, the change that you so desire. Have you heard back from the Speaker? We
haven't yet, but we expect we will do. And we know that Parliament has a particular set of circumstances. But it's important, though, for a whole range of reasons of things that are going on now, is that parliamentarians don't look detached, that they look like they understand the high standards that they should embody, and that they can sit down with unions and other people in civic society and design a system that works. So this shouldn't be beyond our capability of getting this right and respecting that Parliament has a democratic responsibility it must deliver.
There's newspaper reports claiming that 56 MPs have been reported to Parliament's complaints scheme over accusations of sexual harassment. Does that number sound about right to you? Or does it shock you? Or does that sound about right?
Well, we've seen figures between 40 and 50. We've welcomed the Independent Commission on Grievances and Workplace Behaviours, but the problem is it's too slow and it's under-resourced. It's a bit like our employment tribunal system more generally. Access to justice needs to be based on evidence and be swift. And when these sort of issues come up, it's really important for the person who's the subject of the complaint, for the people who may give evidence, and most importantly, for the people who could be victims, that these things are dealt with proper resourcing and quickly, because it's in no one's interest for these to drag on.